God Tier Podcast. We are back with another installment. The coolest battle rap podcast in the fucking world. Over here with my co-host.
Make you feel like you overdosed till you comatose. Locking it down, and if she's 21 and over, we gonna hit it from coast to coast. Come on. You playing partner Uno, and we got a legend with us right now.
Come on, man.
One of the illest lyricists, and I'm not even gonna say West Coast, I'm gonna say hip-hop history, the man himself, Tash.
Yes,
come
sir.
on.
What's up with it?
You look healthy.
What I look like before, man?
You look healthy.
A lot of people been telling me that. They've been saying I look healthy
you
lately. I'm
improving.
like, hey, what?
Nah, but well, I'm gonna tell you
What
like
was going on
this.
before?
I don't know if you're aware, but you and I are both on the same path right now, the sobriety journey and all that. And I know if you pull up some pics or videos of me from 2.5 years ago, it's a different person right there. So, and we can unpack that a little bit later, but I just want to give you your flowers on that, just off rip. The fact that you've taken these strides to improve your life, it's inspirational.
Hey, it's a whole new me. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing because, you know, like you said, if you'd have called me a couple of years ago, wasn't no telling where I'll be right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I appreciate that. And a lot of people have been telling me, you know, encouraging me and everything, telling me that I'm on the right path. So it got to be something to that, you know? So we're going to talk about what I've been up to, but I'm congratulations to you, too, for making that step, you know?
By the grace of God.
What about you? You still drinking,
Man,
smoking, and do all that shit?
What up?
No, fuck with you.
He don't really, he's not a drinker like that.
I just smoke weed. But look, man, I really I'm still keeping it calm right now because what people don't understand watching this is how serious of how much this interview means to me. You know what I'm saying? I want people to really understand who Tash is, not just to the world, which a lot of you already fucking know, but I want people to understand who he is to me in my career. And you know what I'm saying? Why this interview has to be the craziest interview for me out of all interviews I've done and that I'm gonna do, you know? So this is some shit I'm gonna dive right into, you know what I mean? There would be no Dizaster without Tash. And that's what's so fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? And before I go any further on that, the fact that you are a fan of my shit the way you are, coming to my event, I saw you watching my battles too. The props you're giving me, I'd be like, thanks, but you don't know what's going on in my head because there are a couple of I started hip hop because of Onyx and DMX. That's why I became a rapper.
Wow.
So I'm a rapper because of them. Those are the first people I heard that really moved me. But when I became Dizaster, that transition into becoming Dizaster wouldn't have happened without you. And there's so many parallels that I want to talk about. And I have no ego saying this. You're the only person I can say this about. So I'm going to go on record and say this. I used to bite the hell out of your style. I'm talking about take your style and your voice and use it the same way. I didn't have my style. I didn't have a style yet. I used to write, but it was just, it didn't have nothing to it. The first time I ever felt like I had flavor was listening to you, and I was like, this is me. But I thought it was me. I was like, this is how I sound naturally. He's what I'm gonna turn into when I'm older. Not only that, by coincidence, I used to tag Catastrophe everywhere. So this is the fucking crazy shit. It wasn't my rap name, but it was my tagging name. I used to tag it everywhere. I tagged Catastrophe. I liked the way it looked.
Good letters.
The way it looked was just so fucking crazy to me, you know? So
he's not faking jacks either right now.
Nah,
This is
you're the only
nobody's
person
ever
I'm
said
gonna
this to
be able to say this to. So I have no ego saying this because, dog, for me, you were the best rapper on earth. Not just on the West. When I heard you, I was like, this is the next big thing. I don't give a shit. The way your pauses in your pockets and the way you connected your syllables was brand new. It just you had your own style and there was nothing like it. And I felt like you were the first dude that was really balancing the lyricism in the mainstream shit. You couldn't almost put a finger on which one you were. were you an MC or were you like a mainstream rapper? Like with Rap Life, you couldn't tell because you had everything. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me to the story of Rap Life.
All right.
So like knowing Rap Life was gonna come out at the time, you know, and there, a lot of people like be like spreading like new like rumors about me, like that I grew up rich and I had all this shit. And thank God, like my parents, like I've worked since I was 15 and a half. You know what I mean? Like had a job.
Right.
Spent half his life in a third world country.
And they always taught us to always work for our shit. At the time, I didn't have a fucking job and shit was going a little bad. I was selling weed here and there and I was doing shit like that. And it was just, you know, I was like, I don't know, like fucking 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really have money like that. And like, I was just broke as hell and I wanted your CD so bad, bro. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. There's a big ass guard right there in front of the Macy's. So there was a Macy's and there's a Sam Goody right next to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they were selling the shit back then. Whoever knows, remember Sam Goody, you know what I mean?
Don't tell me you snatch and grabbed like everybody doing right now with the jewelry stores and shit.
I didn't
snatch and grab.
Not only did I snatch and grab, I went in there, I grabbed the CD, and then like as I was walking out, there was people in the way. I pushed them out the way, right? And I ran through the metal detector. The thing rang, and then a security guard started chasing me. He was like right there, right? He tries to grab me in the Macy's. God, I fire on him. I turn around, I fire on him. We start fighting, smashing him through this shit, and like dragging me to the point where I get to the door, and I'm like, I'm taking this fucking album with me no matter what. He's holding onto my leg, dragging through the door. I'm getting out. He's trying to grab his mace. He even tries to like mace, and like the door closes. The door closes, and I just start fucking booking it out of there. Laid the fucking dude out like he was all fucked up. You know what I mean? And I went to the house. Rolled a fucking blunt and I threw the fucking album on, and that shit was the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. And I still like one of the record that really plays in my head from that moment was the Tash Rules, Everything Around Me, you know.
That's LV. Shout out LV.
But yeah, so that like that's really like how bad I wanted to have your shit, you know what I'm saying? And I would have did anything to get that CD because it was just so. And I never did that with anything else. I didn't go buy anybody else's CD. I didn't get any CDs. I didn't do that with nobody. That was the only CD I wanted to fucking have. And that's the only CD I cared about. Still one of my favorite albums till this day of all time.
Well, let me use some that for taking penitentiary chances.
Right? I really took some chances and fought a security
to get an
guard.
album that only cost $12, but damn, that's
times was hard.
I didn't have. I think it was 20 at the time too. Like back then, was it 12? It was probably more.
$12.99, something like $16.
Oh no, I didn't have a single dollar to my name, so that's why that happened. It sounds crazy because people think I grew up rich, but I really was.
A lot of people said they stole the Alkaholiks too. They said they shoplifted and did all that. They stole the motherfucker, but I've never heard nobody sucking out the
yeah, bro. Like I really and to be honest with you, I'm pretty sure he would have followed me all the way out and continued. But like you know, I think that's like either
that's against the law.
Yeah, their jurisdiction or something.
Yeah,
like once I got out the door, I remember knowing I was good. Like I just dashed across the shit. I was all fucked up.
They gonna give you the assault and battery for the security guard. They gonna give you the theft for the stealing shit.
Hey man, I was a minor at the time.
Running, they gonna give you evading or some shit. Man, you did a lot for that CD, man. So,
yeah, man. So
you know, I'm glad it changed your life, like you said, man. Because if you said you wouldn't be here without me, then we both here together now. So you know what I mean. That's the most important thing. But damn, nobody's ever broke it down like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I've always wanted to. Okay, so here's the craziest part about this. And you're not gonna believe this. I told you this fucking story in Sweden, but you was drunk as fuck.
You told me the same story?
I literally, when I met you in Sweden,
Who, me?
I didn't tell you yes, you. We were together in Sweden, bro.
You probably was talking to Jay. Well, man, he's
no, it was you. We were all together in Sweden. I got Sweden stories too, but I'm telling you now, we were there. I didn't get into depth with you, but when I shook your hand, you're like, oh, nice to meet you. Da-da-da. I was like, yeah, nice to meet you too, bro. You have no idea who you are to me. Man, I done socked guards out to take your CD, like, da-da-da-da. And you're like, yeah, word. And then I was like, all right, like, da-da-da.
I probably thought you was bullshitting. I probably was looking at you like, no, you didn't.
You was lit out of your mind. So, like, I chopped it
that
up
was my
that.
MO. That was my MO.
Yeah.
I was trying to live up to the image. You know what I'm saying?
And
Damn, I was like,
and
that shit was a whirlwind. I remember what you talking about too.
I could
We was
imagine
fucked
that
up out there.
being like a lot of pressure at a certain point when you're the Alkaholiks, you're the Licks, and not only is there that name, which is so crazy to live up to, but the reputation of having the livest shows, and we spraying 40 ounces on everybody in the front row.
That was the whole thing. That was like, when I said living up to the image, what I meant was, I was serious about that.
No.
What I meant was, everywhere you turn, I could be in the mall, somebody want to have a drink with us.
Right.
What they want to do is buy you a drink and take a picture of it. You know what I'm saying? So if we go to any show, first of all, backstage is gonna have all the, on our rider it says something like 6 bottles of Hennessy, 6 bottles of vodka, 6 bottles of this.
That's crazy.
And it was really just a party with the fans every night. But when that shit get in your system after 20 years of the same shit, your body start getting used to it, right? So when you get, I can tell y'all work out and y'all in shape and shit, but it's like basically, you could look like you in shape, but your body's still physically addicted to, you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
1000%.
When you wake up and you got to drink just to feel normal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's when you know you got problems.
I was curious, like, how bad were you getting delirium tremens? Were you getting the shakes every morning if you wouldn't drink? And
I got
and
the
all
shakes
that?
before. I got the shakes before, but it was really like I was just partying too. I was like, I bought a house in Vegas and shit, and
Just
they
to
can
add
tell you, they can
another
tell you,
layer to it. Vegas.
Yeah, I bought a house in Vegas, and I think that was the turning point where I just started officially not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived way in the suburbs, 5-bedroom. I was living by myself, and then I got so bored, I invited Quest, you know what I'm saying, my little brother and my other homeboy to come live with me. And they was all party animals, you know what I'm saying? So really, from that point to when I bought that house till 2 years later, I think that's all we did was drink, smoke, fuck with bitches, jump in the pool, and go record them. I had a little cut, like home studio or some shit. And we wouldn't leave the house. We'd throw our own parties. Like Vegas would come to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Floyd Mayweather been over
the
there.
mansions
Floyd
go- the mansions are
Mayweather
cheap
been
out
there.
there.
No bullshit. He bought 6 Rolls Royces and showed up at my crib.
And so you well into your 30s at this point, I assume, right? Because it's like,
I'm in my 30s.
right.
I was 28 when I dropped Rapper Life.
Okay, yeah.
27.
Right. And it's funny because he brought up that album. For me, it was about 6-7 years before that. It was 21 and over.
Yeah,
it was
21 over.
the record Damn.
Damn.
Was like that's what
Nah,
turned me
that was on the second album.
on Coast to Coast.
Yeah,
on Coast to Coast. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the Coast to
there's
Coast.
Coast to Coast too, but yeah, no, 21 and
No,
over.
21 and over was like
crazy.
Make Room and all that. Yeah. But for me, it was the second album because I was in 7th grade at the time
Right.
when Coast to Coast came out, and that, freaking girls at house parties and all that.
Yeah, see, he
You feel
got
me?
in.
Like,
He
to
found
Damn.
out, like, that's crazy because he was into the licks first. Like for me, I got into the licks because of you. You get what I'm saying? Like I found out about you, then I found out about King T and everyone else. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But like,
right.
you were the initial, like, you know what I'm saying, where I had to start studying back. You know what I mean? I was younger, anyways. He got a couple years on me.
Just a couple. Don't get too comfortable. You're right behind me.
You know, back
Right
then,
behind
but
everyone.
back then,
Yeah.
them 2-3 years are like fucking 5 or 6.
Right.
you
That's
know
what I told my homeboy, man. I told him if it was a race, you'd be breathing on my neck, motherfucker. You right behind me.
No, you know
but-
what though? Not for nothing, man. Like I think this should be highlighted, bro. It's actually it's amazing to see what you have done with rebranding yourself, bro. And I feel like it's a miracle that you're here, to be honest with you, because
Wow.
you might not know, but like I said, this is how bad it was for you, and we should talk about this because of how you are now. Because you're you're complete now. Like you look
Your
healthy
presence.
again. You're
Cognizant.
You're there, bro. Like you're completely there. The 2 times that I've seen you before this, bro. The last time I saw you is where in my head I was just like, "Fuck, man! Like we lost Taj." That's literally how I was.
Why you bring that up, man? No, I'm
Because
fuck with you,
because
I'm fuck with
nah,
you.
yeah, you caught me there. I thought
Nah,
I really
man,
offended
all
you.
that- all this shit is
it's
open-
good,
this shit
no,
is
but
on
like
the
no,
table. That's why-
you should talk about that because it highlights how like the triumph. Because to get to where you got, bro, like people need to understand. Because you're gonna be that voice for them. Because some people get to a point, dog, and then they're like, you know what? I'm already too deep, and they let go, dog. And like you were at a point where most people let go, dog. And people need to see how you have not only got healthy again, got your mind back, got your everything back, but you rebranded, got your business back. You look fly. You got all your shit going. Like you really did a 180. You know what I'm saying? And you should get your flowers for that straight the fuck up, because to me that's crazy.
1,000.
I appreciate this, man. This whole platform shit and everything. I'm not a big talker on the platforms and stuff like that, but I like talking about real shit. And y'all, I watched y'all shit and everything for the, and y'all got the new show and everything. And I'm glad that y'all doing stuff like this, because a lot of material get monopolized,
No, 1,000, and I'm sure you've done 100 interviews, thousands of interviews over the years, and we as men, as constituents in the world of hip hop, as fellow MCs, it's a different type of dialogue we have. And now, as a brother in recovery with you, I look at you on a whole other level, and especially us being on No Jumper, which is a platform that a lot of younger people watch.
Yes,
a lot of people that are, the culture of the music nowadays is really driven by substance abuse. Like, people always have the cliche statement is like, oh, we used to listen to music from the drug dealers. Now we listen it from the users. Right. You feel me? Like, and there's a little bit of truth to that.
That is damn. I never heard that one. That's a good one.
And you, like, not for nothing, bro. Like, and keep on highlighting that you escaped a label that was slapped onto you that made you, like, what you came out of is, again, damn near impossiple.
No, I can relate to that.
No, but look, I can relate because his name is Lush.
Yeah,
right.
My name is Lush, and people.
I caught that. That's why I was like, a couple years ago, we'd have been best friends.
Exactly.
Man. We still gonna be best friends.
Exactly. No, and my whole image was based on getting fucked up. So people, I would feel rude, even if I didn't want to. If someone wanted to do a line with me, wanted to take a shot with me, wanted to whatever. If I'm not there in the mix, like, I have this obligation, because I don't want to be like Beyonce at the gas station didn't wave to me, you feel me? And then I have a fan that hates me forever, you feel me? So I can relate a lot to when you said that earlier, like everybody want to turn up with Tash. Were you out of you, Swift and J-Ro, were you like the turn up king, or was it? Yeah, it was you.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what? I think this is a perfect segue into how, because this is one of my favorite records of all time. How did the record with Old Dirty
Hip-Hop Drunkies.
Hip Hop Drunkies. How did you get ODB, man? R.I.P., man. The GOAT, man. How did you?
I mean, first of all, it's our boy, because we was on Loud Records. So when we
so y'all went together, yeah.
We already knew ODB and all that, and I did pretty much a record with every Wu-Tang member except I haven't done one with
Raekwon shit hard.
That's
I
my
haven't
favorite
done one
one
with You Guy, and I have not done one with Master Killer.
Okay.
But I did one with Memphis, mixtape, did one with Ghost, did one with Raekwon, and all these things. But that was our buddies, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this, like when God made ODB, he broke the mold. You know what I'm saying? There's never be another, and I can go on and on about him, man. He was what they say, a method to his madness and shit. Like, everybody thought he was crazy and shit. That wasn't
an evil genius. He's like a crazy, like mad scientist.
He was a free spirit to me. Like, he didn't give us, like, he wouldn't get, like, his pickup lines with girls and shit would be like, hey, baby, I know you got some good pussy because I can smell it from way over here. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, just pop out his mouth, and then you looking like, what the fuck? Then you start laughing and all this type of shit and everything. He was just a natural, just like, free spirit, man. I saw that.
I could only imagine what the atmosphere was like when y'all was recording that. Like, who came up with the idea to use the cubes dropping in the cup in the beat?
What?
The ice cubes dropping in the cup.
That's all E Swift right there. That's E Swift. But
very underrated producer, E Swift. He's one of the illest,
man.
But I'm gonna tell you a story for the old heads. Is that what they call them, old heads?
OGs. If you want to call them that.
OGs.
I mean, yeah, nigga, we call me Unc.
We call them the cloth. We call them the cloth, man. Come on.
Let me try to. Okay, look. The beat from ODB song, the Hip Hop Drunkies, was originally on this Juice Crew song that was a part of the. No, it was a video. Remember the Symphony video?
Of course.
You remember the Symphony video, right?
Of course.
You remember when they walking in the saloon with the guns and shit? And there's a little beat playing like ding ding ding.
Oh
ding,
yeah,
ding,
yeah.
ding,
Now
ding,
I know
ding.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
And Master Ace and Cool G Rap and Big Daddy Kane walked in.
Yep.
Swift heard that little beat and said, "Man, I could kill that beat right there."
He just took that little part, yeah.
But what he did back then, we had VCRs and shit. So what he did, he tried to sample it off the VCR. So when he first made the beat, it sounded shitty. We were like, niggas, like we can't use this shit and everything. So he tried his best to fuck with it. We like, we ain't fuck with that beat. And then what happened was, E Swift saw Marley Marl at like a DJ convention or some shit like that, and he told him what he did, and next thing you know, Barney was like, "Oh, we love the Alkaholiks." And he sent the files to the original Juice Crew thing.
Wow.
The original one from 1987. Or
Wow.
whatever. So then Swift was like, "We good," and made it. Then ODB, we wanted to do a song with him because we were drinking like, I was about to say mermaids. Nah. Drinking like fish. But anyway,
That's fine.
it wasn't hard to get him on the song. It was just that when he did agree to it, he was in LA, and he called Loud Records. And he wanted all this shit to go with it. Like he wanted a limo to bring him and all this shit. So he took the limo and he disappeared for like 6 hours and shit, right? And then he come back drunk as hell. We drunk as hell. So the key people, I mean the hip hop fun fact about that song right there was that we all did the video. I mean, we all did the song together in the booth at the same time. So just like we standing right here, one microphone, J-Will right here, Old Dirty Bastard right here, I'm right here.
That sounds like the most fun session I've ever heard in my life.
All we had was raps on our head.
And y'all were all lit.
That's all we did. We just keep rapping back and forth.
How do you not have footage of that? There's footage of it.
We was too drunk to record.
There's no footage of that anywhere?
It probably one of them the big ass camcorder things,
God
man. Like,
damn, Tash.
we had a cell phone thing back then.
That's like a serious. If that came
know
out
this-
right now, you know what?
Man,
You know there's 1997.
Yeah, I know. Our battles weren't recorded for the same reason. I'm just saying his shit was more important than our battles.
It might be footage of that. Now I think about it because there was a lot of hoopla around us and shit. So if somebody got it, if you got that footage, man, you a rich motherfucker. Call me.
That's crazy.
Shit.
You brought up Loud Records. Y'all were the first group signed to Loud, right? Were y'all before Wu-Tang?
Everybody think that. No. See,
Clarify it.
The list go like this. It was the first group.
I know he had Twista.
Yeah, Twista.
We had Twista first.
I think that was the first one. Then it was a group called Madcap.
From LA.
From LA.
Proof is in the pudding.
Shout out to Joe. Shout out to
People don't know about Madcap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the crazy part about how we got signed, we used to be homies with Madcap. They was from Pasadena and shit. So we used to go to their studio sessions and sit in and just come up with hooks and shit. Just sitting in and whatever. But the crazy part, I don't know if y'all know Fabian Duvernay.
Yeah.
Fade,
Yep.
he was a big shot in the industry at the time, and he was fucking with Steve Rifkin. And Loud was just an idea back then, you know what I'm saying? Because they tried to sign Twista and it didn't work.
And the Madcap thing didn't really go the way they wanted it to.
But see, I just had they got a dude in there, his name is Coke, that's in Madcap. And I just talked to him about this a couple of days ago.
Is that the lighter skinned dude?
Yeah,
okay.
And everything, but I never knew that it was, I didn't want to, because we was drinking back then, so I don't, the memory kind of foggy about this. But I just remember we went to the studio to fuck with them, and Fade is the one that got their deal at Loud.
Okay.
So when we went up there to fuck with them on some regular old shit, we had this demo tape, right? And then we had MC8 on our demo and
What?
Deadly Threat. We had a bunch of people, King T of course, and this and that. And I just remember it was their studio session, Loud was paying for it. Was in Pasadena. We slapped our shit in as part of their session.
Right.
Every song he just kept saying, rewind that, man, rewind. We were like, nah, this their time. You know what I mean? This their studio session and this and that. He said, give me that tape, man. He said, just give me that tape. I got something. And then he went home and called us the next day and was like, Steve, love this shit, come through. Our demo was 21 and over.
Wow.
Like they gave us some money to make an album.
Which is an undeniable demo.
We recorded the shit we already
up.
had, so it worked out lovely and shit. But, it just seemed like when I said, I felt bad because from that point, it seemed like with this name, the Alkaholiks, nobody ever heard no shit like that, right? So I felt like we was taking the shine off of Madcap now, you know what I mean? Because as soon as we got back and we got our deal, it was like they started pushing us, you know what I'm saying? But we like, what about the homies, you know what I'm saying? And they weren't getting pushed this hard, and I think they felt some kind of way about that, which I didn't understand until years later. And then I talked to him, and he was like, yeah, it's kind of, you know what I mean?
It wasn't your fault, though.
Nah, not even close to our fault, but I didn't know that's how they looked at it. Or I'd have been, I'd apologize. I wouldn't even, I wouldn't bog out nobody's studio session and get a deal and then, you know what I'm saying, do all this other shit. But that's what happened.
And then on the heels of that, like the whole entire Liquid crew, because that encompasses so many more MCs than just y'all. That's like, for people that don't know, Madlib was a part of that. You had the Loop Pack. You had Defari. You had
Defari, Heru, man.
Exhibit.
Shouts out to Defari, man. I can't be going past names like that just casually. You know what I mean? Like, Defari was a voice in my childhood, man. Shouts out to Defari,
D to the
man.
E.
What was my favorite? verse from Defari was not even on his shit. It was on what was it? It was the LA song, man.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
that
with
song's crazy.
With
Yeah.
Exhibit, you know, together we rise, no time for separateness. You know, that shit that he had the hardest, like his voice, his vocals, that shit is tattooed to the inside of my skull type of shit.
You know, Defari was ill.
Feel the agony, man.
Feel the agony.
What's up with
Feel
Phil,
that.
man?
Cousin, he over there, man.
That's your blood cousin.
Nah,
no?
we just both Smiths, and
Okay.
that's it.
But y'all grew up around each other. Like,
Yeah,
when did y'all
definitely.
meet?
Probably 90.
90.
I think 90, 91.
'cause the main thing-
around the time the Alkaholiks dropped.
Here's what we want to know, because we're huge fans of King T, man.
Yeah.
How did the relationship with King T start? You know what I'm saying? And also, if you want to add to that, were you around when that transition where he influenced Biggie?
Yeah, but that was later. That was like we was on the Biggie tour. And Biggie used to tell us how big of a, just like you
Yeah.
pumped me up just now.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was Biggie to King T. The same
Incredible.
shit right there. That was
That's
the
why
same.
Biggie's like, man, like for me,
And if
he
people
might-
don't know what I'm
I
talking
don't know,
about,
he
I
might
can
be the
play you
GOAT.
songs.
No,
That
he got the same flow. What
I can
the
play
hell?
you songs that you'll be like, damn.
No,
I
we
didn't
know,
even
we
catch
know.
that.
Yeah,
But we respect it because like Biggie's such a, he's just such a humble, like you explaining it like that. That shows, because for us, like one main thing that MCs should always have is the homage element. And if you don't pay homage, you
ain't real with it.
You ain't like, you know what I'm saying? You doing it for some other reasons. But if you could pay homage and still be powerful within your own self and still continue to contribute to the shit, like that's what we look for, you know. And he checks out all the boxes, man. You can't say nothing about Big, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
Yeah.
a good example. But yeah, man, King T, man.
Yeah, so how did y'all get on each other's radar like that?
Well, me and Swift, we had a group, right? I don't know if y'all heard of Born Allah?
Yeah, that's the homie from Project Blue.
Exactly. That was
Yeah.
my first rap partner before
Okay.
J-Ro. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So the whole thing was that me and Born Allah, we had a group called, actually before Ludacris, and then we had a group called Disturbing the Peace. Mm-hmm. DOP, Disturbance of the Peace. And then
Disturbance of the Peace, guys.
then he moved to a different part. And then basically J-Ro was the reason we see, first of all, people don't know this, but King T coming up, when they was coming up in Pacoima, King T used to be J-Ro's DJ.
Okay.
So that's how that whole shit started. Shout out to
Wow.
Scotty D and the Felix Shop and all y'all over there.
And ain't a couple of y'all originally from Ohio? And
Yeah,
moved
me and
there?
Swift, yeah.
You and Swift, but J-Ro from...
He was already connected with King T. So
Okay.
when we met J-Ro, me and J-Ro started hooking up doing this. He's like,
J-Ro always been in the 818 though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He was always out there. But King T basically, he took us. It's like we talking this homage thing. Let me
Yeah.
give my props to King T, man, because
Come
the
on,
man.
we want to hear this.
I don't know what I'd be doing if it wasn't for King T, because he
Come on,
took
man.
me under his arm like a little, like he knew J-Ro, so him and J-Ro was cool.
Right.
Then what happened was E Swift got hired by King T to be his DJ because King T had another DJ, I think it was Keith Cooley, or I don't know who was DJing for him at the time, but whoever it was couldn't make this tour for some reason, right? So E Swift is over over DJ Pool House cutting King T's hair, or somebody's hair, I think it was a Pool House. And the news came right then that he needed a DJ. So he's like, oh man, we leave on tour tomorrow. So the night before the tour, it was a Cube, it was Cube, Too Short, and I remember like yesterday.
That's crazy.
Some kind of tour like that and everything. And King T was opening, he was on the bill.
And just overnight, he
Overnight had no DJ, and it just so happened that while he was cutting his hair, the news came through that King T needed a DJ. King T's a DJ himself, so he had some turntables in the corner. Swift, I guess, auditioned for the motherfucker
Right
there.
on the
That-
spot?
Swift ain't
Oh
doing
my
all the tricks
God.
and shit and all this shit.
Let's
Everything. He
go.
might put a lot on it.
These
but
are the moments.
whatever he did, he got the job that night, and I was living with E Swift and his pops, and Swift left and went on tour, and I was crushed. I was jealous. I was like, this
Damn.
nigga didn't take me. I said, all this shit I do, carrying these motherfucking records for him, and he on tour, he don't even take his man. But the bottom line is that Swift got hooked up with that opportunity and killed it. So since then he's been King T's DJ, you know.
Yeah.
But that's how we really. But King T, Tila could have. He could have, just been like, okay, J-Bo, okay, Swift, and then left me on, the back burner. But, Tila embraced me like a brother, and he started, he wanted to do a crew thing, so the Liquid Crew was born, and we was fucking with Tila way before that, though. Tila used to have me in over 21 events when I was like 17 and shit. Because he was the first cracking this rapper that I met, you know what I'm saying? And not only did I meet him, he took me under his wing and shit.
Yeah, and you could tell he has that big brother complex, man. That's like amazing. Like he has that where he, you know, I mean, he's nurturing. You know, I wanted to ask you and segue into this because we spoke about Phil the Agony. I remember Phil the Agony used to be over there at Fat Beats just like serving people on the mic. He'd be on the mic just rapping and just challenging, like waiting for somebody to hop on. And you know what I'm saying? Did you ever battle? I don't know if he battled, but it seemed like he did. Did you have that? Like, what's your battle experience? Because we know you have wax shit, like, you know what I mean? And also, you know, you got other beefs with certain people, but I'm saying, did you ever jump into the ring? Because you're a lyricist, bro, and you had like a really
you had battle
punchy,
rhymes.
You did. You had a
that's all
punchy
it was,
style.
like
I'd smack
battle
you.
rhymes.
Like you always had like very aggressive coming at you. You could have used your verses off a lot of your records as like fucking battle raps versus random people, because every verse you had smacking the shit out of people doing shit. Like it was
Punchlines.
yeah.
That's how I would say if I had a battle rap career, that's what it was right there. It was like, it was never like, I know you and I could think of all this shit I could say about you. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, if we battling, you say your best shit, I'm gonna say my best shit. And that was it. But I would nobody really wanted to fuck with me. But I mean, I ain't saying it like
You were
I ain't
crazy.
saying it like that, but I never got approached.
I
by
think-
nobody
I think
or
it was
dissed by
that.
somebody or something like that.
I think it was that, bro. You were that fucking nice compared to everybody. It took people a while to catch on, because the way this shit works is, and this is why homage is not, and it's very important for us to always pay it, because times move so fast and nobody's going to account for what you taught everybody at that time. There's nowhere we could go on the website and see that right
I'm
now.
just hearing your
we
story
can't, yeah,
today.
because,
You know what I'm
but
saying?
you got to
That's
hear it
crazy.
from the people that have stored it in their fucking brain. See, I remember when you had the most cutting edge, you were the best in the world for that window, in my opinion. Like in that window, I think because everybody was so far behind, for them to have caught up to where they are right now, they have to learn from seeing something that's better than them. This is how it always works with everything, bro.
Do you
and I
feel
feel
like
like you were influenced for that. I even feel like, I don't know if this is true, and I want to ask him. I feel like Crooked Eye used to listen to you, because I feel like the only person that I could tie a line to on the West Coast is Tash and Crooked Eye. You know what I'm saying? Like you had that style. It was like a precursor to it almost.
do you so
That was my point. No, it wasn't a question.
yeah, I was waiting for it too.
It wasn't a question. That's how I felt about like your style at the time. You know what I mean? So the battle thing was the question.
Nah, but
you answered that.
when you like, so you guys had an incredible string of those first 3 albums on Loud or flawless front to back. It's one of the best runs I've ever seen of a group in history, from 21 and Over to Coast to Liquidation. That way, and then after that is when you made the Rap Life album.
Right.
So during that transition, was it kind of weird leaving the comfort of being in a group and like, oh shit, like I'm about to blow up as a solo artist? You looked a little bit jiggier. You had you feel me? Like it was a little flossier energy around it. Like what did that feel like at that time? Or were you like, I'm about to fucking blow up?
But that was, see, the whole thing was when I was with the Alkaholiks. That was a how you say it? Like that was a different persona, or different. That was a different alter ego, I guess. You know what I mean? Like the Rap Life shit, I call myself flashy, tashy, and all this shit and everything. That's the real me, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I like nice shit and this and that. The Alkaholiks was just so much fun. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to come to shows in beach shorts and flip flop. You know what I'm saying? And just have fun, spray beer on motherfuckers stage, do all this crazy shit. And I thought that was my hip hop right there. You know what I'm saying? That was my underground shit right there. But then when I started getting older and everything, and I realized that I could do other shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like the shit with Carl Thomas. Like you probably would have never heard that on the Alkaholiks album.
Yeah, I love
Never.
Carl Thomas.
You know, the shit with LV, you know,
Yep.
That's
this and
amazing.
that. So I had all this shit I wanted to say and do and all this and everything. And that's when that flashy tashy just, you know, it just took off, man. And
Hold on, quick question. When you said, my weed is gone, I broke it up to go get a light from LP. Was that a real story?
LV, yeah, Chicago.
Oh, you said LV.
Yeah.
That's why you said not LP. Yeah. So that actually happened in Chicago. They took your weed.
Yes. And I had to tell them motherfuckers.
Hey, tell us the
don't do
story
that
real
again.
fast,
Don't do
just
that.
real quick before
Whatever
we
I
go-
said on the rap, that's what it was. I don't remember who the motherfucker was. I don't remember nothing. I just remember I said I gotta say something about this shit, man. You don't just do that.
Yo, I thought that was fire because I always wanted to know if that happened to you. I thought it was a real story too when I heard it.
Man. You can't make shit up like that, bro. You could, but
No, it was good.
But people recognized early in the industry that you had a propensity for lyrics, which led you to doing some ghostwriting, which included writing Lil Bow Wow's first ever rap.
let me find this shit right quick, man. Let me hear about it. Okay, listen, I'm gonna tell this story while I find this
Inserted
shit.
into the question queue.
Cause I just wanna listen to me. There's not. I'm not coming at nobody. Hold up. I'm gonna look, Little Bow Wow.
Did you write that?
Arsenio
Lil Bow
Hall.
Wow.
You
He
wrote
just
a
don't know.
5-year-old
No.
Bow
You move so
Wow's
fast.
bars.
Let me
Across the
put
floor.
Arsenio Hall.
5-year-old Bow Wow bars.
Okay, this what happened. Like I said, we from Columbus, Ohio, right?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I know everybody's seen this, right? Y'all seen this?
Yep.
Oh my God! Look at tiny Bow Wow.
So this rap right here.
Y'all got to put it on the screen
Little
right there.
little tiny Bow Wow.
They might have to edit this, but okay, look.
Oh my God!
Remember this on Arsenio?
This time, Smith.
I can
Okay,
hear it.
first
I
of all-
hear it. I hear it.
Okay, first of
I
all-
hear the flow.
First of all, I don't know how old this little man was,
He's cussing.
but this is what happened. I lived in California. They lived in Ohio, right? His pops and moms, I guess. I used to go back to Ohio, go to Columbus every summer to take these demos. I mean, not take the demos, but I go see my grandmother and all this type of shit. And I take a demo that me and Swift made every summer, and I would sell it, do whatever with my boy DJ Wiz, rest in peace. And the bottom line is I had this song called Styles, right? And the song starts over, goes, Style 1, nigga, because I'm conscious as a newbie, and because the system trying to do me in. And some crazy like shit like that, but I went Style 2, Style 3, Style 4. Shit that a 6-year-old cannot write, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
And so the demo
He's
leaked
still
all-
not writing. What you mean?
The demo got around Columbus and all this shit. And then me and Swift was kicking back one night, and it's a longer story than this, right? But the whole thing is that my boy Wiz called me and said, you ain't gonna believe this shit. He said, you remember the little boy I was telling you about that could rap and everything? Because I think he came by with his pops when I was in town or something like that. The bottom line is he said, man, Snoop Dogg just signed the little boy, man,
Right.
off your rap. And I said, what? He said, yeah, he came to Columbus. Snoop Dogg heard him backstage. His pop said, my son could rap. Snoop said, rap. And he said, your shit. And I didn't believe him. I said, yeah, okay, well, you know, good for him and everything. Is what I'm gonna do to a 5-year-old? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even. I was probably, you know, drinking and shit. I wasn't even. Plus, we own now. It's like, no, this is right before the Alkaholiks.
Right, you didn't care about it.
I didn't.
Wait, so this isn't even ghostwriting. This is straight thievery.
Yeah, they stole my shit.
Yeah,
but then
like,
the whole thing.
that's
But the
crazy.
whole thing was that I didn't believe it till a month later. He told me this. The little boy got signed and shit and this and that. And I said, congratulations, that's cool. We got, you know, it didn't make sense at the time. Okay, you said my rap.
Why do
a
we keep
5-year-old.
hearing these stories,
But
man?
the whole thing is that we was
God
in LA
damn.
and Snoop, I mean, Snoop was on Arsenio. So we gonna watch this shit anyway. Snoop popping right now, you know? Then he said he has a little boy from Columbus, Ohio. So we definitely tuned in. And then my boy Wiz called me and said, hey man, what time is it out there? Because Arsenio comes on earlier, I guess on the East Coast or whatever, or some shit. He said, you gotta watch this. You gotta watch Arsenio. And me and Swift just
Damn,
sat there,
that's
like, what
crazy.
was he, you know, he didn't tell us why or this or that. And as soon as I saw that, he spit my whole shit on Arsenio.
How do you feel when you heard that?
I didn't know how to, if he's a 5-year-old. I don't know what to do. I ain't gonna beat him
You're
up.
like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it basically fucked me up so bad. I think he was high or drunk or something. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is that I never pursued it. I tried to tell. I'll tell you the truth. I was in Miami
crazy,
and I tried
man.
to tell Bow Wow this story one time, and that motherfucker wasn't having it. He had security guards and shit. He wasn't in this motherfucker. And it was like I was hella faded too. I walked into it. I said, "Hey man, you know what I'm saying? All of this ear is a club."
That's crazy,
So we
man.
couldn't hear what I was saying, and I just realized that wasn't the right time to tell the whole story. So I just
Yeah.
walked away or whatever the fuck, you know.
That's amazing.
But the whole thing, this. As Swift probably still got this demo. You could play them next to each other. But the whole thing is that I never got to thank. That was really his introduction to the world.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
Nobody knew who this little boy was till Arsenio Hall, 1993. Is it 93? Yeah, 93.
You heard it here first, man. You ain't heard this in another interview
and they've
anywhere
been
else.
cracking ever since for Bow
And you know
Wow.
what I want to say though is
Shouts to Bow Wow.
Yes,
Yeah, shouts to Bow Wow. That's
because no, not only because what whatever. Like I'm just saying.
I just want him to know the truth about his history.
Yeah. He's 5 anyway, so this is not like a shot at him. But I want to say shouts out to Bow Wow because he's actually contributed to battle rap and he's actually put on an event for battle rap, probably a couple. He actually did some shit for battle
Shout
rap.
out to Bow Wow. I
So
wanted him to know the
I
stories
give
so
Bow
he
Wow
can say-
respect because he
That shit wild.
contributed to our art form, and he didn't like cake off it or do any crazy shit. Like he did it for the fun of it because he actually liked it. Shouts out
Bow
to John.
Wow is eating off the culture.
And shouts out to John the Don too. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how that
I know
all
Bow Wow
happened.
see
think
this.
that's
He gonna be
his
like, what
cousin,
the
right?
fuck?
I mean, I know that's how that whole thing happened. So, like, I'm just saying, shouts out to that whole situation just because they have shown respect to the art form and they actually contributed. So, you know what I mean?
And
But that's
I
a
was-
crazy story.
And
though.
if you listen to it, he cussing like a motherfucker, saying nigga, cussing like.
Yeah,
heard
he was the
that.
craziest
I was like,
5-year-old ever.
Yeah. No, I'm saying on the right here.
No, but he was crazy in general when he was
It
coming up in the videos. Like he looked like a grown man when he was
It
young,
made me feel
braided up and
good.
all.
It made me feel good that the
crazy looking.
world finally heard my lyrics through a 5-year-old. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel good. It was dope. I talked to his dad one time too. I don't really know what's up with him, but he called me or I called him or something like that, and I was gonna try to tell him the story. I think he was drunk too or something, but he started yelling off top and shit. Like I was coming at you for some money or something. I was like, niggas, like, first of all, I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how I got in touch with him, but he just was off top, bitter than a motherfucker. He was like, the fuck you talking about? All this shit. And I'm like, look, dude. You know what I'm saying?
These are my bars.
Yeah, I think I hung up, or he hung up with some shit, but that got nowhere. But so with this platform right now, at least niggas know the real story. You know, it's not an exciting one, but
Nah,
you know,
it is. We
No, that's fire.
that's crazy.
That's
though.
a- that's
I look
a
at
good
this.
story,
I remember
man.
I was sitting on Swift Couch when I saw this. I was like, this motherfucker.
I mean, you technically
saying my rap.
can say this because we believe that content is king, man. You technically gave him his breakthrough.
Yeah,
you
and I'm just saying.
You can
peace.
say it's
I ain't
Arsenio
saying
Hall
nothing bad
and whoever
about
the hell was
nothing.
behind it, but it was
I don't want nothing but for motherfuckers to know the story. That's
yeah,
it.
man. Shouts out to Tash, man, for breaking through Bow Wow, man. You heard it here first, man. Content is king, man. Without the content, you can't make it, man. We know the machine was behind it, but come on, man. Back to the bars, man. The bars. This
I
is
didn't
where
even
it
see that
started.
camera.
With
That's where
that
it
being
started.
said, on top of that, there's another person that got their start in the industry rocking with you as well. It's come to my attention that Whack 100, his first industry gig ever, was working with the Licks.
Yeah, well, matter of fact, check this out. I texted J-Bo last night.
My boy got a dangerous ass phone. Y'all see
Yeah,
that, man?
nah,
He keep going.
it's Android.
Hey, man, check this out, bro. He
Nah,
got
because
everything.
look, I talked
And he
to
got an
J-Bo.
Android. That's a real life
Hey, that's a
sociopath
dangerous
right
phone
there.
right
I talked to J-Bo last night, and I said, J-Bo, I said, Wack used to kick it with us every day, but I don't remember how I know, like where I met him at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and
That's you said J-Ro from Pacoima though, so it makes sense.
That's the connection. And hold up. J-Bo hit me back, and I said, where did we exactly? Because I used to see him at Wolf House, and it used to be us, Corrupt. It used to be shout out to shout out to who else was up there? There's a lot of people up there. Hump, bunch of people, whatever. But I asked J-Bo, I said, you know, because Mac, aside from all the talking and all that shit, Wax is a good person, man. You know what I mean? I used to know him, kick it with him, this and that, and you know. And this and that. Some people got things to say about him and shit. I don't be getting into all that. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
when you in the spotlight, man, it's gonna be a bunch of everything. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
but you know, it's But anyway, this what J-Bo replied to me. I just asked him exactly where did we meet, like Whack at, and J-Bo knows me way more than I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we was with each other every day. But he said Whack, he came to chill with me and Wolf the day he got out, meaning got out of jail. It says, I took him to Ice-T's house that same day. It says, a few days later, we had a show at USC. And, hold up. A few days later, we had a show. He was on stage with us at USC doing security. But
Whack was?
Yes. It says, but he started throwing the fans off the stage. He said, I told him that probably wasn't the right job for him. It says he always gives us our props for giving him his first ever job in hip hop. So,
It's amazing.
Okay, that's what it meant. I didn't know what it meant. Give us his first job.
He's
I know he was
tossing
security
fans
guard
off
for-
the stage.
yeah.
Yo, what the
Yo,
But-
and that's something that's ill about y'all too. Is that y'all was like, so y'all performed at a senior prom I went to when I was in 12th grade. Like y'all performed at a senior prom. Like y'all was doing a lot of local shows in LA. Like y'all were big artists. Like I want to say y'all was like the biggest artists that were somewhat accessible.
I want to know what the hell we did. We rapped it. That's how I first met Alchemist. We met Alchemist at his high school prom
you know
or homecoming or some shit.
It was I think y'all probably got booked through 3H. The dude that wound up signing Kanye. He signed Dilated.
What the hell is the Alkaholiks doing at a high school prom?
Right. It was lit. It was lit.
Crazy.
It was lit.
Yeah,
it wasn't my prom. It was a shorty I was with.
But we was fresh out of high school. I think,
that's crazy.
But anyway, I that went by so quick. I don't want nothing to get misconstrued and everything. Wax the homie, man, and I ain't talked to him in a long time since then. So like you said, I just remember that part. Like when you say you see me, in one way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the stuff I hear and everything, I block it. I don't know what's really real and what's not. I don't pay attention. So I just remember the whack of old. They just call them Cash. And
so what's next for you, man?
Solid. Huh?
What's next for you, Taj? We want to know what like. Well, actually, the Smokeaholics. But we want to. Let's talk about the Smokeaholics. But I want to talk about after that rap shit.
Actually, this
Yes,
right here
come
is
on.
this is a venture too. This is my clothes company. As I'm a part of. It's called Live Victorious.
These are nice, man.
That one's empty. These are full.
You got the Toblerone boxes.
Nah, the Toblerone. You know about that. Oh, you been overseas, huh? But this the Smokeaholics. You know how everybody evolves. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like we can't be the 50-year-old.
I think it's
drunks,
amazing
you know what I'm saying?
that you. It's crazy how you rebranded it, but you still kept. Crazy, man. This is genius. I think because you could have just did like some other smoking shit, but you actually kept the Alkaholiks branding, even the way it looks. You know what I'm saying? Like
we
it's
call
crazy.
owners too. There ain't no gimmick, man. We promoting this. Shout out to my squad over there.
Smokeaholics, man. Are these rolling papers
shout out
right here?
SoFi, Smirk, and everything. No, these.
What are
let me
these?
show it to you real quick. That one's empty. It's like this though. This is what people trip off of.
Are these joints
These
or
are
something?
infused. Yeah, they
Oh yeah,
pre-rolled.
you
Look.
got a joint in there.
But I don't know if you can see that. See that white strip right there?
Yeah.
That's the cocaine right there. I see you got hype right there.
Yeah, I got hype.
But these right here.
I'm naturally on coke, man. If I smoke that, I'll die.
These are Smokeaholic pre-rolls right here. We got the we come infused. We got the garlic.
What is it? So you got
mixed
like
with
keef in
gummies.
there, or wax or some shit?
That's Scotty. That's THA.
THA?
The white seeds.
Man,
white
y'all
seeds.
into some other shit now,
There's
man. I just
Scotty in the
smoke
runts.
weed, man. Regular weed, man.
Cookies
right off
and
the
cream,
plant.
jet fuel gelato. But we.
So
we
what
only-
is that? What is the THA or whatever you just said?
It's like Keith, but
Like,
you
but
know.
what does that mean? The abbreviation.
You
for
get
that?
high, fool.
You asked me too quick, man. Damn. THA is like THA.
We don't even know what we smoking anymore.
Like, probably
All
can
right,
read it
man.
and say what that shit is. I know it's
THA,
saying right
ladies
there.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, THA.
Hey, it's
You think I'm bullshit? That's really what it is. You think I'm fucking up?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure
I'm about
this
to
shit
Google.
fire and it'll put you on your ass. I'm just saying. you know
Alexa,
what I mean?
what is THA?
Yeah, right. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, no, the Smokeaholics branding is crazy. So as far as rapping, man, like what kind of projects
I'm
you got
really
next?
I'm gonna do this album. Huh?
bust that. Bust
Yeah,
that.
well, that's what I
bust
wanna
that. Bust that. What do you,
And then, yeah.
yeah. Now tell us about the record.
Basically, like I said, I tell this story a lot now, but about 5-6 months ago, I was doing a podcast, right? And somebody was going through the whole drinking thing, and how you feel, and da da da, and blah blah blah. And it was a trip because he asked me a question on the spot that meant a lot. He was like, "You're looking good. You're looking healthier. You're looking, like you got your shit together. This and that." There was a lot of fucked up years I could see. You know what I mean? This and that. You had a couple bad seasons and shit. What do you regret the most out of them time period? And really, the answer I gave him was, because I thought about it, I was like, all the shit that we got, materialistic shit, chains and cars and boats. And I had jet ski, all the shit, you can get all that back. You know what I'm saying? You get your looks back, hit the gym, do whatever. But you can't get back the time. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I'm gonna call my new album, it's gonna be called Wasted, right? So you will see the big ass Wasted. Then in parentheses, it's gonna say time, little. You know what I'm saying? Because I want you to get your attention, just like we always did with the Smokeaholics, Alkaholiks, whatever. That's attention getter.
That's another genius branding right there.
When I start telling these stories, I'm gonna start telling them from the other side of the bottle. You know what I'm saying? All the fun and partying in Vegas, stripper bitches and all this shit. That's fun once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But when that becomes like your everyday MO, your old day, like you just said, you look better and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what all that wasted time.
It's like, how did I used to look, man?
You know, and yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta look back at some old photos. A lot of people have been telling me that. Like, damn.
You said I was
Well,
Take
crazy.
the compliment, goddammit.
Yeah, you tried to act like I was crazy for even saying that shit.
Hey,
like,
motherfuckers always be doing that, man. Take the compliment, man.
know,
We
like,
telling you,
goddamn.
you look young
Nah,
again,
when like-
Tash.
when like-
You look like a star again.
When like 12 people a week tell you that, that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, but
that means something changed.
I totally understand. I understand how that feels. So
Yeah, but wasted time is coming. You know, like I said, this Live Victorious is on my mind. Shout out to Ducks and everybody, you know, in Vegas. It's a Vegas brand company, but I mean, it started in Vegas, but you know, it's doing real good.
So that's your brand.
Yeah, I'm co-owner.
You're a co-owner in that
It
brand?
was started before me, but
Nice, man.
I
Yeah,
really
man.
like this. So
let's get that package going, man.
like,
Rock
two
that
of
shit.
them
Looks
things.
nice.
Hey,
Come
it's
on,
coming.
let's get
It's
that
coming.
package
It's
for both
coming.
of
We got
us.
leathers and all kinds of shit.
two of
Please
them
go to the-
things.
Go and somebody hacked our shit too, man. So please go to Live Victorious on IG. As simple as that. Live Victorious.
Yeah, come on.
But, you know, since we're a battle rap podcast, in fact, the coolest battle rap podcast in the world, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you a battle related question, especially because
It's about casual.
come on, two of the best lyricists in the West Coast, LA, Oakland. I fuck with both of y'all on multiple levels. What happened with you and Casual from Hyro, bro? What's going on? Y'all making
Nigga,
diss tracks back
ask
and
him.
forth?
Ask him. I don't know, man. He
Y'all
just-
making diss tracks?
Yeah. I mean, basically, I went on just always on Drink Champs and shit, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Of course.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I know you're on there.
Did you hear anything I said about it? All I'm trying to do is that everybody was saying everybody's getting this versus money, right?
Right.
So the dude asked me, EFN, shout out EFN too, the homie. EFN asked us, asked me who would we like to do a versus with, right? But we had just talked about this before we was on the air and everything, and I was shooting out names and shit. And, oh, that's a good one. Nah, that's you know what I mean, and this and that. So when he brought up the hieroglyphics and all that, I was thinking in my head that might be a good one because we're the same, you know, the time 93
frame,
till
yeah.
infinity. We came out in 93, all that type of shit. So basically, me and Casual was on tour. I forgot the name of the motherfucker, but not the Red Cup tour. There's some other tour. But like me and him didn't see eye to eye. I can't. You know, it's like he gave me bad vibes the whole
Wasn't
time and
vibing.
shit. Like I'm party down over here, he over there doing whatever he do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at him like.
Yeah, so it's
I
an
don't know if I
energy
can hang
thing,
around
yeah.
this dude because you know, but he's still my boy though. He's still my homie and shit. I ate dinner at his crib with his people, and you know, we go back, you know, just through the hip hop circuit. But whatever I said, it was a competitive, you know, thing. I said yeah, and I got a rap already for Casual, which I did. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
So he took that as it was just I don't know. He took it wrong and shit. So he put out some bullshit as like he freestyled a verse about me that making up all kinds of shit, and you know, well, there ain't no battling to me. You know what I'm saying? Your imagination's going wild, my nigga, and this and that. But I never even heard his rap. Somebody played it for me on the phone, but it just so happened that I was with my boy Deuce, and we was in the studio in Black Silver. And they was like, you gonna let that shit slide? And I was like, that nigga ain't even worth it and everything. They was like, you gonna let that shit slide? And so I dropped this shit called Casual. Instead of Casual, it's called Casual. You know what I'm saying? And they called me one day, you know, I mean, they hit me in the DMs and, you know, we put a video out and everything. They told me they made us take it down, man. Because, you know, it was very disrespectful.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. We got our platform, GTX.
What's that?
That's our battle rap league, the event you was just at the other day. I know you know.
What?
know
I can
you
get him
know.
on that?
You can get. I would love to facilitate Tash versus Casual
Shots
on
fired.
GTX.
Would you be down to do an acapella thing without a beat?
What's that? When now?
No, I'm saying.
All that weed I've been
saying in the
smoking. you crazy.
motherfucking battle.
what I'm
Like,
saying.
if we set up a battle with you, like in someone like Casual.
Only if you let me practice with you. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
You
we
need
had
some
practice,
sparring.
but
Nah, but yeah.
nah, listen, because I'll
Hey, you
probably
know-
have an event at the same time. We aspire, but look, if you comfortable rapping without a beat, you would kill shit. Because I already know you got the capacity for bars.
And
All
that's
you gotta
another-
do is be comfortable rapping without a beat.
That's
all.
another thing I noticed about you with your battles and shit. You loud as a mother. Like the
He
dude
is
who was
loud.
battling the other day. I sit in the VIP. So I could hear. Cause I went closer so I could hear what he was saying. I was like, I can't hear him and everything. Then you come on, like a Jolly Rancher and all this shit. I was like, man, this battle over with.
Yes, I got him to quote one of my bars after quoting all of his shit my whole life.
Cut it out. But that was a dope ass battle. It's the first time I've been up and close to a battle of that magnitude. You know what I'm saying?
It feels different.
Well, yeah. So like,
but you asked him a good question though about the acapella thing, because I feel like your flow, which is one of your biggest strengths, is so geared to like carving these unique pockets in the beats. You know what I mean? So
I feel like you would be good, like, because you have pauses. If you have a lot of pauses, you can make it an acapella, because that's all it's about. You got to pause, son. That's what the acapella shit is about. You got to find your own pockets. There's no tempo. You got to create
Cash
one
is
in
with
your head.
it, and Cash is my man. So I function with that's the cutty right there. I'll set that up, get y'all both a bag.
But my battle raps be bad. Well, actually, I was just having fun with you. Want to hear what I said about Casual?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I did. Look, I dropped this for fun over
Spit that shit.
I dropped this over the Timberland beat, but you probably ain't gonna be able to hear it. But I'll just give him a quick 20. It's time to put this total nigga. Anyway, that shit go on for like hella long. But
the thing is, like, you see how like you're rapping, like you already got the concept of the punch back to back. You're wasting no time. You're like that's the thing.
But see, y'all probably looking at us like we rapping like we at 8 Mile or some shit.
No, because we understand how time works, Taj. Like it was a different time period. That's hard for that time frame. Like now that sounds different, but
I bet you if I said this shit, I'm saying
people were
like,
rhyming Winnebago with a bunch of fucking shit back then, bro. Like I'm telling you.
But the thing is, the thing is this though, like too, like to me, the way that y'all get down in the rap game with battles is diss tracks. You feel me? I'm a fan of the.
That's how we feel. That's how we feel about the shit generally.
That was the first record that rap I ever recorded a diss about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I never heard you do that.
I wasn't even think about that motherfucker. Like, I ain't got no bad feelings about him. I just know I can rap better than him.
Listen, man, that's hip hop. Nah, you talking the shit right now. Hey, Casual, man, what's up?
He gonna respond.
Because look, bro, Lush made a point, man. Because we're a platform for raw hip hop, right? So the only way we're gonna allow anybody on this platform, if they're real fucking lyricists, we don't give a fuck if you rap or sold records or none of that. You guys are fucking lyricists, and you had an issue. Maybe it's not an issue anymore, but maybe it didn't get closure.
No, this is new.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
This
That's
is
what I'm
new.
saying. He jumped up on.
This is new.
Okay, so
this is right now.
Okay, so look, there's no closure for this. So if we could get you guys to settle it like real lyricists without a third party. You know what a third party is? A third party is a fucking beat. We don't want a third party. We want Tash versus Casual. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There's no influences. I don't want to hear your engineer. I don't care who could put together the best shit. We just want to hear you guys bar out. And I feel like it's fair because, bro, it's a genius idea because, look, none of you have a disadvantage. Both of you don't battle. There's no excuse for this.
And y'all both
we might have to
nice
talk about this again.
Like, Casual fire, you fire.
Like, that shit would be crazy, bro.
I'm definitely
going on the card with us on you know what.
That's what I'm saying. We got a big announcement soon. Maybe we can facilitate
I'm with all
if
that,
the business
man.
is right.
I'm with all that.
We definitely not opposed to
Shit,
that.
man.
Like it's dope to see where you at now. It's dope to see to reflect back. Literally my auntie used to work, actually still work for Dan Aykroyd, and Dan Aykroyd used to own the House of Blues. So the House of Blues was back in the 90s most poppin' venue for hip hop shows in LA.
Dan Aykroyd owned the House of Blues. I used to terrorize in.
I used to terrorize.
So I was 15 years old. I was an 18 and over venue, but because of my auntie's jug, I was able to go and get my partners in and see shows. So I seen y'all and Busta Rhymes, and it's crazy because the Black Eyed Peas opened up for y'all like before, like when they was passing out their demo tape. Like I got a copy of the demo tape that had Joints and Jams and Falling Up and and all that. Their first, and it was right when y'all had put out Liquidation. This was probably what 96, 97 around that time, and it was the best live show I ever seen in my life to this day. It was an incredible show. So
Another alcoholic fun fact: Will I Am gave me the most money I ever got for a feature. So shout out to Will,
Shouts out to
motherfucking
Will
I
I Am.
Am.
Hey, well, shit. Before we go, I wanted to say I got a care package from the homie, man. Got some Alkaholiks gear. You already know, man. Some real shit right here.
Shout
man.
out Smirk alert, little Smirk don't hurt.
Some fire ass shit.
Hey,
right
I might
here,
steal
man.
that hat.
Man, that's
that
some
might
fire
get
ass shit,
that might
man.
get
got
stolen.
the original shirt, man.
Eileen.
You already fucking know, man. That's some amazing shit right here. And I got the stickers. I used to stick these on everything in their mama, man. Put this everywhere, bro.
Nah.
This shit was
Hey
on
man, we
everywhere
did.
around me,
Hey man, well,
I feel some type of way that you ain't bringing another care package, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you
I
some of
feel
this.
some
Come on.
type of way.
Smirk-
I got
Hey,
you, bro.
I
Come
just
on,
got the
man.
plane. I
We
just got the
share,
plane.
man. Me and Lush share
He
everything.
got you though. That's what I'm
it's
saying.
all
A lot of
love,
shit in
but-
there. Tell him, break.
Hey, well,
that shit fire.
Well, listen, this has been an amazing podcast, man. I'm glad we got to chop it up with you. We got to hear some shit we didn't even expect to. We learned a lot of shit that we didn't know, man, and it's good to like indulge on our history. You know how much we respect our West Coast shit too. Like this is like amazing for us to hear, you know, how you came up and just where you're at right now, and hopefully we can work with you on that other thing. You know what I mean?
What
We
about
gotta
how about
chop it
this
up.
though? You give me a straight yes or no. We got two names that sound like some shit. Disaster, catastrophe.
Yeah, what you
Want to
trying
do a
to
song?
do?
You want to do a song?
Easy
Come
call.
on, man.
After all you said,
Come on, man. Come on.
We gotta
Let's
do
go,
something.
man. And you know what? That's something that'll make me really take making a song serious. So
We
like,
sit down and do it together
Let's
and
get
shit.
it, man. That'll
Make
be
it
big,
happen,
man.
Captain.
Well, shit, man. This
Shout out
definitely
Chef.
you just went full circle on this episode, man. Anything else we want to say, man? If you want to plug in some shit, man, you already know. Follow us on all the socials and on Twitter, God Tier Podcast. Straight up, man. We trying to build this shit for y'all.
Can
Get
I
you
say-
more content? Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say this. The last 6 months of my life and everything, I'm stepping into deep waters and everything, but I started managing an artist named Junior Boy out of Dallas, Texas. He has a song out right now with NBA Youngboy and Slim from 112 called No Love. And this little boy go
Hey, y'all
hard,
go
man.
check that out. You
This
heard
young
that,
man go
Junior
hard.
Boy, you said that's his
Junior
name?
Boy,
Yeah,
J.U.
man.
Junior Boy Dallas on
That's
IG.
dope with Young Boy, huh? Okay.
And somebody hacked my shit too. I need some more followers. Tash _ of the
Plug into the
Alkaholiks.
socials, man.
Don't be clicking them links, bro. Come on.
And we throw a party every Friday night in Hollywood called Annihilators.
Easy
Well,
call.
yeah, there
Hey man,
you
I
heard
appreciate
it,
y'all,
man.
man. This is
You
the
already
funnest
know.
interview, man. Y'all really
Nah,
made me
it's love.
feel
Take us up out of here, Lush.
worth it.
And we about this biatch. This biatch.